Montclair. State University.
Who is on Zoom? Gina Morelli.
She's so amazing.
Love you, Gina.
Thank you. I'm such a good
You're
singer,
so
guys.
talented.
She's a theater kid.
She's a theater kid, you know? We got a great show for you guys today. In the first hour, we're going to be talking about Biden releasing a plan to reserve gas prices and a Montclair officer who was suspended after saying some racial slurs. Before we get into that, though, Amanda, my gal, would you like to give us a news update?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Amanda, and I'm going to be talking about airlines wanting to drop the COVID-19 travel precautions. COVID-19 created one of the most turbulent periods in air travel history, bringing us new rules and regulations, and the people are over it. The CEOs of the nation's leading airlines this week sent a letter to the White House urging the Biden administration to revoke pre-departure testing and vaccination requirements for international travelers and to drop the federal mask mandates on flights, arguing that the measures are no longer necessary as coronavirus infections are dropping sharply across the U.S. They feel that the old COVID-19 precautions are no longer aligned with the realities of the current epidemiological environment. Public health specialists aren't so sure, saying it might be too soon to eliminate the COVID-19 rules. Recently, in Camden schools, over 24 children have been sent to hospitals after drinking the school's milk. A peroxyacetic sanitizer was found in Gaida's 1% low-fat milk in several schools, prompting health officials to recall the milk. All varieties of Gaida's milk are being removed from schools across New Jersey, according to the New Jersey Department of Health. Gabi made a statement saying a food-grade sanitizer diluted with water was inadvertently introduced during production. Nothing is more important than the well-being and health of those we serve. Once we were made aware of this issue, we took immediate action and tested the impacted product to verify that there is no food safety risk associated with this product. All students who drank the milk are not ill and were just sent to the hospital as a precaution. In local news, an East Orange man has been accused of attacking a store clerk in Montclair during a shoplifting incident last week. Officers responded to the wine guys on Bloomfield Avenue on Saturday after getting a report about shoplifting. Witnesses told the Montclair Police Department that the man physically attacked a store clerk before fleeing the scene. The 28-year-old man was arrested and charged with robbery, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault, then transported to the Essex County Correctional Facility in Newark, New Jersey. The victim was treated for facial injuries and abrasion to his right elbow, police said. The weather for today is partly sunny with a chance of showers later in the day. The high for today is 61 degrees with a low of 38. And that's all for the news.
Thank you. So fabulous, as always.
Thank you.
Emily.
That's me.
Emily.
Yes.
Sports.
All right, some sports. The Final Four of the NCAA tournament is tonight. South Carolina will face off against Louisville tonight at 7, and Connecticut and Stanford will play at 9:30. Despite being knocked out of the tournament, Jersey City will host a parade for the St. Peter's basketball team for their historic run through the tournament. The Peacock Parade will start today at 2 p.m. The Mets lost last night to the Nationals 7-3, and the Angels toppled over the Brewers 10-5. Something crazy happened in the NHL last night as two NHL players with the same name scored nearly at the same time. New York Islanders' Sebastian Aho scored at 7:14 in New York, and Carolina Hurricanes' Sebastian Aho scored just 34 seconds later in Carolina. Both of these goals gave their teams a 1-0 lead in the first period. Both teams also went on to win. Islanders won 2-5 and Carolina 4-0. Here in Montclair, the softball team continued their winning streak on Wednesday, beating Stevens 3-0. The baseball team, however, fell short to DeSales 10-12. That's all I got for sports.
Thanks, Emily.
Sports.
Can I just say We're living in a simulation.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, there's no way that there are two Sebastianajos. They're both playing for the NFL and they both did all that jazz.
Dude, it was insane. Their goals were actually pretty sick. And the fact that it gave their team, it was the first goal of both periods. It's insane. Absolutely insane.
I'm telling you, we live in a simulation. And birds are not
Birds
real.
aren't
They work
real.
for simulation. I swear. And me and my roommate were talking about this the other day. I'm not going to get too much into it, but we were talking about it the other day where we were like, we're living in a simulation. Like everything feels like a simulation. It was like this past weekend.
Are we
Lara
gonna
knows what
hear?
happened this past
Are we
weekend.
gonna hear?
We can talk about burbs later, but right now we got to get into some good stuff that I'm sure y'all are very excited for.
Maybe not this one.
Maybe not, but I mean, if you love the news, you love this because this is news. And we are a
Period.
news show. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not a funny story. I promise. Okay. So a Montclair officer was suspended after the allegation of using a racial slur. The chief confirms this. Police Chief Todd Conforti confirmed Wednesday that a Montclair police officer has been suspended after allegedly using a racial slur while in Atlantic City. In a brief email to Montclair Local, Conforti did not name the officer he also didn't say if the officer had been attending an event representing the department at the time of the incident. He also didn't say if the officer was suspended with or without pay or for how long, but Montclair Local has sent a message back seeking further information. The police chief said an investigation was immediately launched when he became aware of the allegation. Interim Township Attorney Paul Burr declined comment other than to say the matter was under investigation. For a quick recap, Montclair PD last year suspended one of its officers, Bill Code, for 20 days after he made a Facebook comment about a, quote, China 19 check, end quote, an apparent racial reference to coronavirus. Police had acknowledged to residents who filed a complaint that Code had been disciplined. The details of that discipline were first made public in February in a compilation of police disciplinary records released by the state attorney general's office. So he didn't say, this guy did not say the China 19 check.
No.
That was one from last year-ish, this year-ish. Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that. But
so
that's
just-
like this is apparently a thing that Montclair police officers are doing. They're saying racial things.
Right. It's a red flag to know that this is happening and like coming to light like regularly. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be happening this often, and I'm glad it's still coming to light. But I wish there was a little bit more transparency on what is being done. And
Mhm.
because it just, when you don't make statements, or like you take too long to make statements, or you don't release why things are happening,
Yeah.
it makes your community not trust you.
And it makes you just look bad in general.
Exactly, especially given the nature of the situation. You
Mhm.
want to know that your police officers are representing the community that you serve.
Yes.
So it's just like a lot of not sure. We're receiving a lot of information about that, and it's just like, okay, another cop did something racist, great. But
Exactly. And you know what's awful is that it's in a town like Montclair, where Montclair is a very liberal town.
Mhm.
If you look, like, a lot of the residents, like, I'm sure would not be saying any racial slurs, because truly, like, you go around this town, especially during like certain political times of the year, there's Black Lives Matter flags, there's LGBTQ pride flags, like there's a whole bunch of stuff like that out there, and you know those people are not saying slurs like that.
Right. And it's really disheartening to continue to see like communities and people in positions of power
Mhm.
all of a sudden, like, you're not surprised that another cop said another racial slur, because it just keeps happening.
Mhm.
And given the nature that Montclair is such a diverse town, especially with Montclair State University right smack in the middle of it,
Mhm.
we serve so many different people from so many different walks of life. And I think with this happening so often, there needs to be the education in place for these police officers to be aware of the nature of their words, and
Exactly.
racial stereotypes, and et cetera, things that you already should know,
Mhm.
but a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And
you want-
unfortunately enough, and I think we need to do a better job at educating our police officers and how to serve their
Mhm.
community, honestly.
because you want your community to trust you to serve them, you know.
Exactly.
And if you're saying things like these slurs, that's not going to happen.
Mhm.
They're not going to trust you. They're not going to want you to help them, which your whole job is to help.
Absolutely. Because
So
then you think like, if I call the cops as a person of color, are they really going to help me? Or is it going to be, they're going to see me
and they're gonna blame
racially
me for whatever
profile me,
happened.
or, you know, racially motivated decisions being made in that situation when people just need help.
Exactly.
They just want support and guidance in hard situations.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's just the reality of it. So I hope that they do eventually release more information, especially to Montclair Local, because they asked. And I do hope that these things do get fixed, because that's not okay. As we just said, it's
Absolutely.
definitely not.
On that note, more things are getting released in the world, in the
And
United
these
States.
are a little better.
Maybe a little better, hopefully. Biden is releasing US oil reserves to control gas prices. Let's hope that this works out. But oil prices are dropping in response to news that Biden is moving forward with a plan. The plan is to release roughly 1 million barrels of oil per day from the nation's strategic petroleum reserve over the next 6 months. Biden is expected to announce this step on Thursday afternoon during a scheduled event to discuss actions his administration is taking to rein in soaring gas prices that have spiked even further following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Biden will also call on, according to the White House press release, quote, Congress to make companies pay fees on wells from their leases that they haven't used in years and on acres of public lands that they are hoarding without producing, end quote. About 3 million barrels a day of Russian oil will come off the market in April due to Western sanctions, according to the International Energy Agency. And this plan could help alleviate pain in the pump, pain at the pump, by helping to replace that loss. I really hope this helps, because I'm tired of paying like $4.50 for gas.
I think I've already seen it kind of help.
Yeah,
because me and Lara were out the other day with some of our friends, and she had to stop and get gas, and the gas was like $3.99, right, like per gallon, which was good because our friend Mike, who is also our engineer here at the station, he was saying that he had gotten gas the night before and it was like $4.19.
Yikes.
Yeah, so it had really gone down like that quickly.
What a drop.
Within a night.
Poor
I know.
Mike.
Mike was like, I should have waited.
Well, at least $3.99 is we're pushing for. We're pushing for, but it's better than paying $4.50, $4.20.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
All those things. Like, I can't. $4 gas makes me sick. Honestly.
I think I would be happy if it was even $3 at this point.
Yeah.
like
yeah, exactly.
I'm happy for anything that's lower than the $4.
It's such a burden, because especially being here in New Jersey, you pretty much have to drive everywhere. And I'm just like sitting in my dorm. I'm like, do I want to get takeout today or go do something fun? No, maybe not, because gas is expensive.
Exactly.
And I know that's a selfish way of looking at it, because people actually have other things to do that are probably more important.
You know what I wonder though? I wonder if like things like DoorDash and all, if their prices have gone up.
They have. Uber at an additional charge, I know.
Because gas is so expensive and they're driving.
I'm not sure about Uber Eats and stuff though. They might have. Don't quote me on it.
Uber did it, Uber Eats definitely did it.
Like, oof, that's rough.
Which is
because those DoorDash,
they're expensive already.
Let me just get a 10-piece chicken nugget. Okay, your total is $34.
No,
like,
what? Fully. One time I tried to DoorDash a 4 for $4 from Wendy's, and it was like $20 at that point. And
exactly.
I'm like, I'm getting in my car.
Sometimes it's not worth it, because if you go to the actual place, it's like $6.
Exactly. And
wow, leaving your house, who would have thought?
Exactly. Who would have thought? It'll be cheaper, especially with the mileage of you just driving to around the corner.
Yeah.
And now sometimes we can be a little lazy, but I don't want someone to bring me my 4 for $4.
I'll walk to my car. That's Intern.
Shout out to the pandemic when gas was $1.
Oh my god, can we go back? Can we go back?
I could cry at that thought.
I feel like
I'll take the gas and not anything else.
I genuinely could cry at that thought of it being like $1 something again.
You know what? I could go ahead and sit in my room and watch Tiger King for a day. I could mess with that.
You know, I think I could for like a week or two, just like be in my apartment.
I'm gonna hit a point in time where like 2 years from now, I'm gonna be like, I complained about sitting in my house all day.
Right.
What is wrong with
that
you?
was a simulation. That's for sure.
Life has been a simulation ever since the pandemic started. Lara, what are you saying, Queen?
Words from Lara.
Words from Lara.
From Lara. I think we need a little sound effect, a little like sprinkle.
Yes, little like glitter
sparkle.
sound effect. Yeah.
No, during the pandemic, I was a senior in high school and I did work study, so I worked in my auditorium. And I couldn't obviously go to work because everything was canceled. So what my coordinator did for all of the co-ops, he made us do this simulation of a workplace.
Interesting.
Was it online?
Yes.
Wait, was
a
it the
work
one
sim?
where it kind of looks like a video game?
Did you have like a
Yes.
VR headset?
Oh my
or-
god.
No.
I
it
saw
was-
that on TikTok and I was like,
Think
it looks so cute.
I called it The Sims,
I would have.
but in the work. The Sims, but boring.
Workplace Sims.
Work-
Like it's the
Workplace
one where
Sims.
you can walk around and walk up to people and talk to them and it's kind of like
Oh,
sort
no,
of
you
like
have to,
you.
do work.
Sims
It's almost
7.
like a puzzle kind of thing.
The
Wow.
workplace.
Never mind.
The
I'm
workplace
okay.
update.
The
workplace pack.
update. The workplace pack.
You
Oh,
gotta pay
no.
like $40 for
Yeah,
it.
you know, I got a mod that like you go to work.
Don't make
Thanks
fun of
for it.
me for buying the expansion pack so I can become a scientist.
The expansion pack. I'm done.
I got my degree in science because of the Sims. Women in STEM.
One break.
Words from Lara.
I love how we got from gas prices to the Sims. This is great. This is like off the rails. Tune in for my show Off the Rails on Tuesdays from 3 to 4 p.m.
Shameless plug.
here on 90.3 WMSE Upper Montclair. Shameless plug for my own show here on the radio station. On that note, we're gonna take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz Friday edition. Until then, stay tuned because you know we have great stuff. You know, we have an interview coming up soon, and I think you should be here for that because
I agree.
like it'll be great. You know, cool. Stay tuned.
Right now, we all might feel a little disconnected. For seniors living alone with smaller social circles,
Was a Shomo by the Lara Zaccardi, our producer, and Emo McCormack, my gal. Happy hour is today. That's another Shomo. You're welcome. Look at all that. We're giving all the shows some promotions today on the Morning Buzz. They do all deserve love, but we are back here on the Buzz, which we don't need to promo because we're here right now. Hi, I'm
Hi.
Gabi.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have great stories still. I don't know how great the story is though. I'm a little
Maybe
frustrated.
not this one either.
I'm a little frustrated. Okay. So here's the deal. The Arizona governor, why do they just keep adding up? Signs anti-abortion and anti-transgender bills into law. This is awful. I can't even. This is objectively bad. On Wednesday, Arizona's governor signed bills targeting transgender rights and abortion access in the state. The measures, approved by Republican Governor Doug Ducey, please tell me that's his name, will prohibit transgender rights from competing in school sports and will outlaw abortion beyond 15 weeks of pregnancy. Ducey, in a letter explaining his position, called the two measures limiting transgender rights common sense legislation. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. I really can't get through this without being upset at it. He signed, quote, to protect participation and fairness for female athletes and to ensure that individuals undergoing irreversible gender reassignment surgery are of adult age, end quote. As for abortion, Arizona and other states appear to be gearing up for a new abortion boundaries, introducing restrictions and flouting current precedent as they await the high court ruling expected this summer. Earlier this month, Florida lawmakers passed a similar ban, which waits a signature from Governor Ron DeSantis. Here's the deal, guys. There's too much not letting people live their lives going on, and I'm not very happy about it because we had gotten to this point where it was like people can finally feel comfortable being themselves and doing as they please without harming anybody else. And now here they are doing these things, signing these bills into law, and it's just every state like it's just starting to come up to plate. Arizona is now added to the list. It was Texas, it was Florida, now it's Arizona. And then what was law on last week? Was that, what was it, Missouri or something?
Something like that.
Something like that. I forget. I'm not gonna lie to you. I definitely forget what we talked about what state we talked about.
It was something
or
similar.
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
It was Wyoming, I think. I don't know. It was one of those states. And they're just adding up. And I don't quite understand because it is in fact 2022.
But that's the reason why it's adding up, and why I say that is because we're in a time, like you said, that people are becoming more comfortable within their identities and becoming more vocal about it. And these people in power don't like that.
Yeah.
Because we were in a period even before we were born, but I would say like even the early 2000s, where sexuality,
Missouri. I was very original.
Larissa, Missouri. Sexuality, gender expression, like any identity in general was not normally talked about. You knew, but 2020 onward has taken new heights in terms of people expressing themselves and owning that. So I think people in power who hold more conservative, homophobic, transphobic views are now seeing that and saying we like now have to put a stop to that. And it's frustrating in the sense of the lack of education behind the laws and the lack of will to want to be educated on these topics is, again, like back to the Montclair police officer situation. These people are supposed to be representing you and representing your state and your towns and things like that. And the fact that they don't make the effort to do so is very telling of their leadership. And we elect these people into office.
That's the worst part, is that I think a lot of people don't really educate themselves on these people that they're electing into office, except for like the president. They'll educate themselves on that, but if it comes to like your governor or something, a lot of people do not educate themselves and they just kind of randomly select. Governor is a little bit different, but like everybody else who's like, you know, in the office of some sorts, you don't really think about it. You're just kind of like randomly selecting. And that's the issue, is that people are randomly selecting, and then you get to this point where they're now signing bills into law, and it's upsetting, and there's nothing you can really do about it because we selected them into the you know, into office and into that position. And it stinks because, you know, I try to do at least a tiny bit of education on each person, even if it's just making sure they don't have any like ridiculous background to them, just so I know that they're not going to come up and bring up their past like things and do it again, you know,
and make sure that this is a person who shares in your values and et cetera, et cetera. And back to your previous point, I would even argue that some people who research presidential candidates, when you do, depending on where you seek out that information, you might not be receiving factual information. And that's a scary part.
True.
Because like, we'll use the Trump administration, for example. A lot of people who are Trump supporters and lean that way fully promote misinformation constantly, whether it's about COVID, whether it's about racial discourse, whether it's about LGBTQ issues. A lot of it's just fueled by misinformation and not factual sources, but those are the same people who will preach about fake news.
I
think it's also the relationship between consumers and media that also kind of blurs the line on how people educate themselves, because people don't know where to go.
Yes,
And
for
then
sure.
when it's time to make decisions happen, elect officials into our government, no one knows what's going on. And
Exactly.
people think they know what they're going on, and they think they're using their independence, and it's not happening.
And that's the issue here. And people really need to know the difference between a fake news website and real news, and try to, when researching, not just go off of one website's thing or one news source's thing, go off of numerous, because normally
Exactly.
you'll find the truth in the patterns in the stories. So like if one website says one thing, right, and then but it has like one piece of information that is shared throughout all the different news sources, then you know that piece of information is true.
Exactly.
Because every news source has it. If it's like if you see something in a news source and none of the other news sources say it, is it true? You got to look more into it.
Exactly.
And that's
PolitiFact
the
is
thing
also,
that you need to know.
Exactly. And PolitiFact is also a great resource. If
Ooh, I've never
listeners
heard
are
of
out
that.
there wondering what resources to look into, PolitiFact is fact checks all of those things. But
Interesting.
speaking on elected officials, Governor Murphy tested positive for COVID. I hope he's okay.
Not me thinking that COVID was kind of like
Out the door
slowly, and now it's like, haha, we're back.
We're kind of getting there, sort of
Slowly.
But Governor Murphy's in quarantine right now. A spokesperson for Governor Murphy said that he tested positive for COVID on Thursday, but is feeling well and not showing any symptoms. A scheduled rapid test taken by the governor during returned positive, that was later confirmed by more accurate PCR tests. A statement released said, quote, per CDC guidelines, the governor will cancel in-person events, isolate for the next 5 days, and continue to monitor for symptoms before taking an additional PCR test, end quote. Contact tracers have begun notifying those who came in contact with Murphy in recent days. It's not clear where Murphy was exposed to the virus, and the governor's infection comes as case counts have remained low since dropping from their Omicron variant-fueled peak in January.
I'm over it.
I'm over it.
But you know what I realized is that like we had talked about the BA.2 whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it, variant, and then like nothing really happened.
Yeah,
but now I've heard of a couple cases recently.
I've learned that it's just another strand of Omicron. So in a way, it's still Omicron. And if you did not catch Omicron yet, you could still be more susceptible to this one.
Okay.
And previous infection with Omicron doesn't I don't know if it fully protects you against BA2, but like you have some immunity depending on how recently you got infected. So it kind of operates in the same way as Omicron, which I think why it didn't spike as much or hasn't been spiking as much as when Omicron first came about.
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess that's positive news. I feel weird saying anything about COVID and then weeks later something else comes up.
I don't want to jinx it, but I also thought it was out the door. Or like going out the door, it's like doing that thing where it's like, oh yeah, goodbye, and then they talk for a couple seconds, a little bit more, and then they're like, bye again, and then they keep talking more, and then they
forgot their jacket,
and then their jacket and their keys, and then they have to come back in, and then they come out. That's what it feels like COVID is.
Yeah, Miss Rona is fully dragging it seriously. Like Miss
She
Rona,
really said
she really just wants to talk and talk and talk.
And I'm like,
wrap it up.
I love you, but like we gotta go. You gotta go. I got things to do.
Grab your stuff. We're leaving.
Exactly. It's like we're all the kid that's like waiting for their parent.
No, you're
to be done talking.
And then at that point, you're like asking your mom if you could sleep over because it's been that long.
Exactly. And she's like, no. And it's like, well, we're about to anyways because you won't stop talking.
Fully. But hopefully we come out of this slowly but surely. We are.
Exactly.
Mask mandates are getting lifted. Infection rates are lowering. So hopefully we get there.
So on that note, we're going to take a really, really quick break. We're going to come back and we have an interview when we come back. So stay tuned because it's exciting.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans,
here on the Morning Buzz this morning. We're living, we're loving, we're having a great time. Lara just hit her head on the camera thing we have in here again.
It really hurt.
She hits her head like every week.
Well,
and I
this one
think-
had a little bit of force to it.
It did. You
honestly.
could hear it. It was like a boom, and I was like, "Ooh,
The camera
ouch."
vibrated a little bit.
Yeah. I hope you're okay.
Yeah.
We'll check for a concussion later.
Lara is breathing, everyone.
Lara is breathing. She's alive. She's there, and she'll be fine. You'd think she'd learn. You'd think she'd learn. Like tall people, they realize that they hit their head on things.
But she's not tall, so
So it doesn't matter, but like they realize they hit their head on things often, so they will duck.
you want her to just walk around the office on her knees, like crouching,
What
or
I'm saying is that she hits her head on it so often you'd think she would know to duck.
You know what I
She hits
love?
her head on it like at least twice a
It's
week.
the fact that the second Lara closed the door, you were like, you think she would learn?
Oh, I don't care. She can hear me.
She
She
can
sees
turn around and go buzz back in.
exactly. Well, she just
What
commented
did
in
you
our
just
chat,
say?
shade.
Throwback.
She goes, shade. Okay, it's not shade. I would say it to your face. I'd say it to your face.
Lord have
Nothing I
mercy.
say is shady because I would say it to these people's faces. But on that note, it's great. She says, yeah, I know. She had left the room for a second. But on that note, we do have an interview. I know that was like not related at all, but we do have an interview. Very exciting stuff. We have an interview with Claudia Martillo. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. You can correct me. And Nico Farley from MSU Gender Identity, Sexuality, and Women's Studies. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Of course. Claudia, did I say your last name right? Is it Martillo or Martillo?
Martillo is like Spanish pronunciation, but like mostly
so it's
everyone says
Martillo.
Martillo. Yeah.
So it's
We
Martillo.
do things
Don't
right
tell me.
on the money.
Don't
but-
tell me that it's okay to say the incorrect way. Just yell at me. Just yell at me. And Nico, I'm assuming I said your name right. Yeah, I figured because
You're good.
I know a Farley, so I know that. But I gotta make sure. I have to know how to say your names because that's not fair if I don't.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Of course. We like to get things correct. So today we have y'all with us. So thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Of
We're
course.
honored.
I love when people are honored. So we're gonna ask you some questions. Are you ready?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. So for starters, as we said, you're from Gender Identity, Sexuality, and Women's Studies. What is GSWS?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Gender Sexuality and Women's Studies program at MSU is it's a small program, and it has a bunch of majors and minors that offer students an understanding of intersecting identities such as primarily gender and sexuality, but also race, class, religion, other identity markers. And it's a heavily interdisciplinary program that works well with a lot of other majors such as education, psychology, journalism, business, and a lot more. Because now it's more important than ever with everything going on in the world to have the understanding of the social dynamics that we face daily in respect to gender and sexuality, and also how other aspects of our identity can kind of come to play in the real world. So we have our GSWS major and minor. We have a LGBTQ studies minor and a new social justice, gender, race, and queerness minor. So that's what we have to offer, as well as an intern program. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's nice. And we were literally just talking about probably 10-15 minutes ago about how people should get educated before making big decisions, especially within our offices and stuff. So this is
Totally.
actually great on the topic. This interview in general is great on the topic because we just were talking about that, right, Terry?
Yeah, absolutely. And you touched on it a little bit in your answer, Nico, but both of you can elaborate. Why do you think it's important for students and people's lives to understand these intersectionalities in our world, given social issues and everything going on?
Yeah.
It's such a important I take it as a minor for GSWS, and it's such an important part of your daily life, and you don't even realize it, about how gender roles affect you, or how race and class affect you in literally every aspect of life. So having such a broad education on it is so important, because you won't just like rely on like internet sources that can be unreliable, but you'll have like this like nice like historical and like general knowledge on like, such important topics.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like me and Gabby were just saying, it's so important, especially being at Montclair State University and how diverse our communities are within the space. It's so important to understand
For sure.
education, especially when we're going to be the new generation of the workforce.
Of course.
It's so valuable to know.
And you need to respect how people view themselves and how they identify and everything like that, because that's who they are. And you shouldn't disrespect somebody just because, you know, you don't see things that way. Like, it's always, you should respect people for sure. So as you said, you guys have an intern program. What is the intern program? And if people are interested, how do they apply or sign up in that case?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's one of a pretty unique aspect of our program is that, I mean, not just that it has an intern program, but that it has the interns have such a high prominence in the program, in the student voice, and especially just in programming and events. So we have an incredible program of about like 8 interns that help the day-to-day GSWS tasks run smoothly, but we also have a lot of freedom to create, develop, and lead programming. So that includes like the GSWS zine, intersectional feminist discussion groups, and even a Planned Parenthood Generation Action chapter on campus. And we're definitely looking for people to get involved. A lot of us are graduating next year. So everything that we're saying today can be found on mostly our Instagram and our program website, but our Instagram is at GSWS_MSU. And just if you want to get involved, just stay up to date on our intern call. So definitely do that. And also you can reach out to us through DM or email if you're interested. So for sure.
I think that's great that there's so many opportunities for this, you know, because people really should, if they want to, you know, learn more and get involved. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, especially because it's so nice to have more resources to your education so you can put what you learn into practice. You mentioned, Nico, the GSWS zine. Can you go into a little bit about what that is?
Absolutely. There's a lot to say about that, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible. So our zine is called Color Theory. It's a collaborative publication that aims to uplift marginalized voices at MSU, especially queer and trans folks and people of color. And it's really become this vessel for creative personal expression and also acceptance. And historically, zines have been, you know, this underground self-publication system that people of all identities would used to be heard, especially regarding queer topics, which just wouldn't be published in mainstream media historically. And our zine has a submission process that all of our interns are involved in. And people submit art, poetry, manifestos. Last year we got a crossword puzzle, which was really cool. And we're really pleased, and it's all about, you know, gender, sexuality, and women's studies, the different topics that fall under there. And we're really pleased to see our submissions double from last year to this year. And we were able to accept about 25 contributors for this year for volume 2. And yeah, I organize logistics. We have an amazing graphic designer, Jonah Schwartz, who puts all the work together in like a cohesive, visually striking manner. And we're excited to publish it. We don't have an exact date yet that it's going to be digitally published, but we're having a big zine showcase at the end of April 29th, from 4 to 6 in the University Hall 7th floor ballrooms overlooking the NYC skyline. And there will be, you know, contributor presentations, music, talent, food, physical zines, and more. So if people want to come, we hope to see you there. And all the information is on our Instagram page and program website.
So incredible. Honestly, it's not only that this is just courses you can take, it's literally a community. And I commend you both for being involved with this, because I think it's so important for people to have a space to not only express what they've been learning, but just to come together and know that they have a safe knit community and have resources then fall back on one another. It's honestly so great what you all are doing.
For sure. And I know, like, when I go to like Barnes and Noble, because I go there a lot, I'm seeing a lot more of LGBT works and things like that, and they're getting showcased, and I think that's fantastic because I mean I personally love them. So it's great that they're finally getting showcased in a good way.
Yeah, and it's honestly such an important thing. It's a matter of representation, which it can be even a matter of, safety among communities. With all the, violence going on towards different communities, trans communities, it just like it's more important than ever to have that representation. So yeah,
For sure, safety is the most important thing ever.
Absolutely.
So we've also heard about your intersectional feminist discussion group, Conversations in Feminism. What is the discussion group and how do you think it has an impact for students?
So I run that group with Angela. She's another intern of ours. So it's like a discussion group that it focuses on topics like within intersectional feminisms, like gender roles, class, racism, and generally feminism. So in that group, we use like well-known books or speeches or songs, and we like kind of analyze them for their meaning and like more like the meaning that they have to us and like how we interpret them and its impact on feminism. And the goal is like to create an open conversation on like such a wide range of topics to help each other further understand these concepts, because initially when I thought of it, it was because a lot of the like historical and like classic pieces of like feminist literature were very intimidating, and they're like hard to understand on your own. So I wanted to create like an environment where people could help each other out in understanding them, because they're such important works that should be continued to be looked at today. And it's been such a nice experience to be able to connect with like a lot of different people and students, and just to see how people interpret different things, and like as opposed to like only one opinion of yours. Yeah, so we meet bi-weekly in the ADP Center in the University Hall in room 120. And all of our, everything that we talk about is available for free on the GSWS Instagram.
Oh, that's great, because I know like I took a gender and women's studies class a couple semesters ago, and I remember, as you said, like some of these works are very complicated, and they talk about things that you might not understand at first read. And I think it's great that you have a conversation group to talk about those things so everybody gets more of an understanding on it, because I mean it can be complicated, and you do want to understand though. So I think that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
There's so many nuances to gender expression, sexuality, et cetera, et cetera. And just having a space to talk about it, ask hard questions, get clarification on things where you won't feel judged and you won't feel stupid or isolated. It's such a great way to have those conversations. So I applaud you, Claudia, for starting that, because that's such a great resource for students to use. Being that we're talking so much about getting educated, having so much knowledge, what would you both say is the biggest thing that you learned in this process, or any advice that you've picked up along the way being a part of GSWS?
Yeah, that's a great question. Claudia, do you have an answer while I marinate?
If you have one first, like I'm gonna think about it.
Oh, y'all both
Okay.
have to think about it.
I know. There's been so much I've learned. I think definitely community has been such an important thing. I think all of us come from different backgrounds, different identities, and the way that we can, just come together and support each other, it has been just instrumental in my life. And I mean, the whole program itself has helped me so much with understanding myself and my own gender identity, and coming out and transitioning, moving through the world has been just so much more grounding because of this program for me. But it's also, helped me realize that there are ways that I can help educate other people, because, the way that we can move through the world safely really is dependent on our cis or counterparts. And I think it's really important to have allies in all aspects. And I think it just has kind of connected those bridges a lot for me. It's really helped me have conversations with people about myself, about other communities, and yeah, it's done amazing things for my life, and I know for a lot of other interns too.
That's
Yeah.
great.
The program, like I'm only a sophomore in it right now, but it's been like such an eye-opening experience because I went from like only being educated on like feminism and social justice, like only online, to now like this historical and like very accurate and like professional setting for feminism. And it's been really amazing. Like I'm able to see now how different topics like affect my daily life, like gender roles, like race and class. And it's also been nice like being like a minor in it and also like being a intern, because it just like further connects me to people in the program, and like um interacting with them and like seeing how they think, and like um it just gives you like inspiration because these people like want to do like so much good in the world and for the like just the campus community. So it's like really inspiring to like be able to interact with everyone there.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm so glad that you all have built up such a great foundation for this community. And touching on a point that you made, it's so different researching things on the internet and then being in a classroom and having more resources and an outlet to kind of ask questions, because it's different throwing things out on like Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and trying to get answers from people, and having a community in person where you can talk about it, have these hard discussions, get answers to your questions is incredible. So I'm glad you both have learned so much and have put so much work into this program.
Of course, because it's also great to have the facts with, you know, the feelings and the opinions, because that's how you get educated, as we said, and that's why we have this, you know, program, and I think it's fantastic. So that's really all we have for y'all today. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate
for having us.
It's been great. You're both lovely human beings.
Exactly. And
Oh
you're
my
doing
gosh.
amazing work considering the
Yes.
community that we are serving, the diversity of Montclair State. So pat both of yourselves on the back for that amazing work.
Yes,
Thank you so
fantastic.
much.
Yeah,
You guys are
thank
doing
you.
great too.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We try. So that was once again Claudia Martillo and Nico Farley from MSU's Gender Identity, Sexuality, and Women's Studies. So yeah, we're going to take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz. And when we come back, we're going to be doing our favorite segment of the week, What's Poppin' with Gina. So stay tuned for that. But here is Red Eye by Ben Queller. And that was a part of Red Eye by Ben Queller. Not all of it, but just a little bit for y'all here on the Morning Buzz.
Thursday morning.
The Friday Morning Buzz.
Hey.
Okay.
There's movement in the studio today.
Yes, that is a little movement. But it is April Fool's Day, so I don't know. You know, it's
It wasn't
April
a
Fool's
joke.
Day.
I
It
was
wasn't a
serious.
joke. There is actually movement in the studio. Lara is the movement. Our little gremlin in the corner is the movement.
Yes.
Before we talk about anything else and we get off track, off the rails, we have our favorite segment of the week.
Woo!
Always, always, always. What's poppin' with Gina? Gina, hi. What you got going for us today?
I'll go right into it. So Harry Styles releases his new song and music video. So Harry Styles, As It Was, is nakedly vulnerable and unlike anything he's done before. So he dropped his hotly anticipated new song, As It Was. It's the lead single and video for his upcoming third album, Harry's House, which will be released on May 20th. The first music video he released since his 2019 blockbuster, Fine Line. It's one of the most emotional, powerful songs he's ever done. He sings about facing up to personal transitions with the chorus, "In this world, it's just us. You know it's not the same as it was." It's a daring change for Styles, unlike anything he's done before musically. He kicked off his first two album eras with the grand statement, Sign of the Times and Lights Up, but As It Was is more nakedly vulnerable and straight from the heart cry that's also a sensational dance floor challenge. The As It Was music video invokes the song's sense of personal conflict with Styles and a partner literally running in circles, fighting or fitting for sentiments like gravity's holding us back.
Wow. I'm so excited.
It's already out, like now.
Yeah, this song is out.
I gotta listen to it. on
The
my
album
home.
comes out May 20th.
Ooh, no.
But this is out as of midnight last night. I have not listened to it yet.
Neither have I.
It's so good. I
But
listened
I've
to it
been
yesterday.
so excited for it, and I need to listen to it. And I didn't even realize the video came out as well.
The
Yeah.
video, I saw photos of it. It looked really like beautiful, honestly.
I'm excited because first of all, I didn't realize that Fine Line was released in 2019. It's been that long.
What?
It's been that long. Isn't that insane? That's crazy.
Wild.
And I just I don't know. It's fantastic. And that he's finally releasing something else because I love Fine Line. I love all of his past albums and everything he's made before. And if this is different, you know, I'm excited to hear it because
Yeah.
he always makes great music no matter how different it is from the past.
The timing's good too, considering
Perfect
the
timing.
Fine Line tour just kind of
Ended?
recently ended.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty
It
recent.
did pretty
so
recently end.
now he's about to pick it up again.
Exactly. That's great. I love Harry Styles. I'm a what? What was that, Lara? Lara is gonna come and say whatever she said in the mic.
His fan base scares me.
I'm his fan base. I scare you.
No, specifically the teenage girls.
Yeah, they're really, they could be like a lot.
That's so
Right,
funny to me because
right.
everybody says Harry Styles fan base scares them, but I've never had like a
Very intense.
scary, intense
Oh, no.
like thing with them.
Like you say you,
You
don't like
are
Harry
them.
Styles. Like if you say you don't like Harry Styles, they'll come for your throat.
They'll
As
tackle
they
you, yeah.
should.
Listen,
I think you're a part of the problem.
Shh, I'm never.
because I like Harry Styles. I respect him as an artist. I think he makes great music, but the fans are a little overkill.
You don't have to love him.
Yeah,
You just have to think he's okay.
There's
I don't
there's
hate
a
him.
bar.
like him.
I don't
to be
accept
met.
Harry slander. I accept if you don't love him, but I don't accept the slander.
Yeah, at least I like him. That's like the bare minimum.
I can't lie. I love Harry Styles.
She's like, it's okay if you don't love him because I do.
I love him.
You're not loved.
I give him all the love. All the
Like,
love.
I had the like. You gave him the love.
My heart just
Mm.
goes out to Harry.
That's beautiful.
Like we said, if we ever had people like at that dinner table and anybody we wanted, Harry Styles would definitely be on that list.
That's so true. You did say that.
I
I'm
did
a
say
fan
that.
of Harry Styles, but I don't think like I would like listen like to. I would listen to his music, but I feel like I wouldn't like go see him on tour or like do stuff like that. I'm sorry.
You know, it's okay.
She's
I
heartbroken.
was disappointed that I couldn't see him on tour. So
I saw him and it was fantastic.
Wait, did you show us a picture?
I did.
you did, and it was like a really close up picture, and I was like,
Yeah, I was
Ugh,
actually
it's
shocked
fantastic.
because those tickets were so hard to get. And he just added a surprise tour date in Long Island. I think it was Long Island. I honestly don't remember right now. But me and my friends were like, we have to hop on this. So I got the tickets for a really good price. And I was like in the 5th row.
So I have to
And
know.
I was that close to that, man.
I have to know. Did you wear a fun, fancy outfit to go see him?
I did.
What did you wear? Give us a
wore-
description.
I wore like these zebra flared pants and this
Ooh.
black corset top, and I had little purple sunglasses.
Oh my gosh. She was one of the fashionable ones. I love when people dress in like the fashion for Harry Styles because he's such a fashion icon these days.
Exactly.
You have to dress like somewhat decent to go see Harry Styles. Cause like some people go to concerts and they're like, oh, I wear my ripped jeans and my basic tank top. You can't do that at Harry Styles concert.
Oh no.
Absolutely not.
It's like if
We're
you go
not
to
in 2010
YA
anymore.
fan fiction.
you're
I
done.
roll out of bed.
Nope, you're done.
Pull on my ripped
You're
skinny
done.
jeans.
You're
I
done.
put my
Goodbye.
This is
Bye.
on Terrence Ford Bar.
Lara is trying to make this like a Wattpad story. This is not a Wattpad story.
Your
Guys.
YN moment.
My YN moment. For those who don't know what a YN moment is, basically when you're the main character of like a fan fiction.
Yeah, it stands for your name. It's like,
It does
insert
stand for your name.
here in this Harry Styles
And you know
date
what?
situation.
I used to eat those stories up. They were my
Yeah.
favorite things. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I'm hanging out with Harry Styles.
Oh my god.
It was I didn't actually read too many Harry Styles ones. I read a lot of Shawn Mendes ones because I was a big Shawn Mendes fan back in the day.
That's fair.
Not even that far back in the day. Like I loved Shawn Mendes.
She like yesterday.
No,
I
he,
have-
he started dating Camilla and I just couldn't.
That's a different
and that's when
story.
it just he just like went yeah, and then he just kind of went. I don't know what happened to him, but it was no longer good for me. She did ruin him. Even now, although he is releasing a new album as well soon, and I kind of want to hear, or like songs at least soon, and I kind of want to hear them to see if maybe he's like back on his game.
That's true. Or if he references her. That'd be
Ooh,
tea.
maybe. Okay, Gina, what's next?
We have more with music. So since we're on the topic of music, I thought we would talk about the Grammys coming up. So the Grammys is going to be since a week after the 94th Oscars comes music's biggest night. So Trevor Noah returns to host, and it'll be held at the MGM Grand Garden area in Las Vegas for the first time ever. So in addition to giving out awards, the Grammys is like a concert. So some of the nominees will be included Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo. They're both up for 7 awards, and they'll both be taking the stage in between categories. The first batch of confirmed performances include BTS, Olivia Rodrigo, Billie Eilish, Lil Nas X, Jack Harlow, Brandy Carlile, and Brother Osborne. Since then, more have been added to the list, including Mia Newvillo, Ben Platt, Billy Strings, Carrie Underwood, John Legend, so many more. So the 64th Grammys will be broadcast live on CBS on Sunday, April 3rd at 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Wow. And you know what? Billie Eilish had just won an Oscar
Oh yeah.
for her song in the Bond movie. So she is already doing good.
Your wife?
I'm my wife. Yes, my wife. I sound like Ned from the Try Guys, my wife. Yeah, so she just won that. So I'm excited to see how many Grammys she wins, if she wins any, because sometimes you get nominated for a bunch of things and then you don't win anything. But I doubt that's the case with her and Olivia.
Yeah, they're like the top. I feel like they're the top 2 performers, like overall right now. And they're so talked about. So I feel like they're definitely gonna take something home. So I'm excited to see, and I'm excited to see them both perform.
Yeah,
I think they're so talented and so young. They're so young.
Exactly.
And there's like, imagine like they're like kind of like all close to our age, and they're just like so talented. So I'm just like, wow. I wish I was.
Exactly. And if any of you are wondering, we are in fact talking about the Grammys here. If you just tuned in, we are talking about the Grammys here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We're talking about Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo being so young and, being up for so many awards. And what's interesting is that I've never thought about the fact that these artists, I'm just not thinking about it though. These artists, they're up for all these awards. And then if they are like lose their award that they really wanted or something and they don't win it, and then they have to go up on stage and perform.
That's rough.
I couldn't do it.
I literally would be crying.
I would be crying on stage.
Billie Eilish has won so many awards though. I don't think it's even a
No.
She'll be
problem
alright.
for her.
She'll be okay.
She'll be all right. Olivia
Is newer
she's
to the
gonna get
game.
one though.
Oh, she's got to
She's
get one.
definitely gonna get one just because of how huge Sour was. There's
That's
no way
true.
she's not. And
Sour
on-
was literally like the album of the year for a while.
yeah, and on top of that, she's such a talented songwriter. There's no way she
Exactly.
wouldn't get anything. But hypothetically, if that's like your first Grammys and you don't get something, I would it be
Oof.
Mom, I want to go home.
I would,
Forget it.
I'd be the same way. And but I am excited for her to eventually release her sweet album. Yeah, because she said she would. That's they're sour and then they're sweet. So
Oh,
then they're
when is
gone.
that? When is that going to be released? Sweet.
We don't know. She's just been teasing it for a while now.
I think she will soon.
And
Does she have another boyfriend?
no, but it's like it's the second half of the sweet and sour because
Yeah, so
she's gonna be
maybe-
talking about like the sweet things that Joshua Bassett did.
Is it the sweet
Oh.
I
thing?
don't know.
Is it actually the
Oh.
sweet things that Joshua
I
Bassett
think
did?
so because she was saying like one was sour, one was sweet. Unless she's talking about her other ex.
Someone, yeah.
What's his name? But
Did she just break up with him, the older guy? He was older than her, right?
she was dating another guy.
Yeah, he was like 23
Yeah.
years old and she was
Yes.
18. He was like a music producer or something.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
that
don't know.
age
I
gap
think she
is
might be talking
interesting.
about her old boyfriend from her Disney-ish times. I don't really know though.
Maybe.
But on that note, Gina, is that all for what's poppin'?
Yes, that's all for what's popping with Gina.
Sorry we didn't give you more time.
Oh, it's good.
I love what's poppin' with Gina. But on that note, we're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna get into hour 2, everybody's favorite hour. Everything is
Yay.
everybody's favorite hour here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the Friday Morning Buzz, and here's our break.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown worthy, but all.
And we are back here on the Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I'm your host, Gabi Lutz, followed by my co-host, Terry Dickerson, and our sportscaster, Amanda Gideosi, and our newscaster, Emily Struble.
I do news now.
Did I get all of that wrong? April Fools, I just pranked you.
Yeah,
That's our little April Fool's prank.
it's Terry.
You're wondering why I'm here. I'm doing my AJJ program. I'm shadowing Gabi so I can be a big girl like her one day.
Oh my god, I'm a big girl now.
I'm
wear
a big
diapers
kid
anymore?
now. I hope I'm doing fine. But
fantastic. You want to sit there for a while?
sure.
Sit there for a while.
I mean,
I'm gonna relax.
You chill over here.
I'm
with
gonna
us.
relax, guys.
Welcome to this side.
the power that I hold. Well, so I hope everyone's having a great morning here on the Morning Buzz. We're gonna get into our news update for today, which will also be said by me, which is wild. I'm doing so much today.
You're just the big man.
I am the big man today. Big man on campus. Big woman on campus.
Yeah.
You know it.
Because gender studies.
Gender studies.
Anyways, in international news, last week North Korea launched the Hwasong-17 in an intercontinental ballistic missile test and has been referred to as the most powerful IBM missile test to date. Amanda talked about a little bit about that last week. So South Korea is actually claiming that this missile test might have been falsified. So the South Korean Defense Ministry reported to the National Assembly on Tuesday that they suspect that North Korea actually fired their older Hwasong-15 ICBM model, which was tested back in 2017. evidence shows that photos taken during the launch do not match the weather conditions of last Thursday. For instance, the weather in Pyongyang during the time was overcast, but some of the photos depict a clear day. And though the test took place in the afternoon, it appears that Kim Jong-un inspected a test in the morning. But despite it being the Hwasong 17 or 15, the missile has shown significant technological advancements that will closely be observed by world leaders. In national news, food prices are spiking at unforeseen heights, according to the United States Department of Agriculture, who recently updated its food price outlook for 2022. In their March report, the USDA's Economic Research Service states, quote, all food prices are now predicted to increase between 4.5 and 5.5%, end quote. Takeout and dine-in menus are also suspected to increase between 5.5 and 6.5% as the remainder of 2022 goes on. The Department of Agriculture also cautions that global events such as the conflict in Ukraine will add additional uncertainty to food affordability that will closely be monitored. In New Jersey news, Centenary University will offer a master's degree in happiness studies in partnership with the Online Happiness Studies Academy. Happiness studies, we've gotten to that point. According to Tina Kelly of NJ,
I should study that. I'm sorry.
we all should. According to Tina Kelly of NJ Advanced Media, quote, in the 12 days since the announcement, 86 people have applied for the 18-month, $17,700 program, end quote. The program will be predominantly online and incorporate disciplines such as psychology, philosophy, spirituality, and more to ultimately focus on, quote, human flourishing. Keith Morgan, associate professor in counseling at Centenary, believes that the program will be beneficial to rectify the effects of the pandemic, stating, there's going to be a need for people who have the scholarly training to be able to think about and discuss and work on issues relevant to the human experience, end quote.
Are we seriously going to charge people $17,000 to go learn about happiness?
Yes. Online.
Yes. Online. I really,
Bing
that's
bong.
awesome. Really
Yep,
awesome.
I think we should. I think that could take a lesson or two.
Because
Stop it. Get some help.
It's
Yep.
so
Okay, that's
true.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I think I should get some help.
Exactly.
I am, but
Just transfer to Centenary for a quick couple semesters.
you
my
know,
friend goes to Centenary for theater.
really.
Maybe your
Maybe
friend
I'll tell her
can
to-
get some
To
happiness
offer it.
knowledge,
She
I
should-
guess. I don't know.
Your friend should get
Is
a
your friend
master's degree in happiness.
Maybe they can take the $17,000.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do you do with the degree, master's degree in happiness?
You spread the
hand
joy
out
to other
flowers.
people.
You hand out flowers.
Go frolicking in a daisy
You give
field.
corporate America a personality, maybe.
Dude, imagine you're in a meeting and they're just like, oh, so what did you study? Oh, yeah, happiness.
I have a master's degree.
April Fools.
A
Yikes.
master's degree in happiness. Goodbye.
I wonder
Continue.
how that's gonna turn out for those 86 people.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
86
it pretty good?
people.
Oh, wait,
That's so
only
many.
86
But
people?
that's a lot of people
That is a lot of people.
for happiness studies.
Oh, man.
That's like literally the degree you go for when you don't know what you want to do. And you're just like, but your parents are like, you have to go to college, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll be
But
studying.
it adds another
happiness.
layer because it's a master's degree.
Exactly.
You know what
So
I
Wait,
mean?
it's a, hold up. I'm gonna become a
It's a master's program.
Were you not listening to my gal Terry?
I'm gonna become a master of
Listen,
happiness.
head empty, no thoughts sometimes.
I'm just saying. I'm
So,
just saying.
We got
But that's a little rough. But I'm gonna throw it to Amanda to give us our extended weather report for the week.
Yes, Amanda.
Heck yeah. So
She's so excited for the
Like, yeah,
weather.
no, I'm very excited. I mean, it's a little rainy this week, but a little warmer, hopefully.
Tell us more.
So
Yeah.
Saturday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 57 and a low of 42. Sunday is going to be rainy with a high of 52 and a low of 38. Monday, partly cloudy, high of 58, low of 43. Tuesday, a high of 60, woohoo, and a low of 48, partly cloudy. Wednesday, rainy again, high of 55, low of 47. And Thursday, rainy, a high of 55, low of 47.
Lots of rain.
Lots of rain, but April showers bring May flowers. So
And me sneezing
And
like
words
every
could
other
never
day.
Oh,
hurt
April.
me.
Oh, April. This is gonna be so fun.
April, my birth month. I'm so excited. It's Aries season, baby.
When's your birthday, Gabi?
April 16th.
Noted.
Yes.
Going to the grasshopper, I heard.
Maybe, possibly.
All right.
Emily knows because I told Emily to go.
Emily, do you want to give us our sports update?
Oh yeah, do sports. All right,
Sports.
All right. The final four of the NCAA tournament is tonight. South Carolina will face off against Louisville at 7, and Connecticut and Stanford will play at 9:30. Despite being knocked out of the tournament, Jersey City will host a parade for the St. Peter's basketball team for their historic run through the tournament. The Peacock Parade will start today at 2 p.m. The Mets lost last night to the Nationals 7-3, and the Angels toppled the Brewers 10-5. Something happened pretty crazy last night in the NHL. 2 players with the same name scored nearly at the exact same time. New York Islanders' Sebastian Aho scored at 7:14 p.m. in New York, and Carolina Hurricanes' Sebastian Aho scored just 34 seconds later in Carolina. Both of these goals gave their teams a 1-0 lead in the first. Both teams also went on to win their games. The Islanders won 2-5, and Carolina won 4-0. Here in Montclair, the softball team continued their winning streak on Wednesday, beating Stevens 3-0. The baseball team, however, fell short to DeSales, losing 10-12. That's all I got for sports.
Yes, sports.
Thank you so much, Emily.
That was great.
That was great.
Love
Our
stuttering.
second favorite segment, Lara.
Obviously.
Second.
Gina, probably Gina's my favorite segment.
Gina's always gonna be our favorite.
Gina's my favorite segment
Yes.
ever.
But this one's
Gina's
pretty good
smiling
too,
in
but it's
Zoom.
never gonna top Gina.
Sports.
You can't top Gina.
You guys in the mood for some Am I in the Wrong?
Ooh, let's go.
Segment.
That is
favorite
my
segment.
favorite. Sorry,
My
Gina.
favorite segment, that was an April Fool's joke because it's what's popping with Gina.
Of course, it has to be what's
No,
popping
we-
with Gina. She's always telling us what's popping.
Am I in the wrong?
Now we get to
Emily gets so excited for these.
because we get to
Look
give
at her,
our
she's like rubbing her hands.
unsolicited opinions on people's lives.
These are
Controversy.
these are unsolicited opinions.
go.
They're fantastic.
Fully.
I
All
love
right,
it.
listeners, join us as we deep dive into the world of Reddit and very messy situations,
Whoop, whoop.
and we can kind of see if people are in the wrong. But quick note: these are not our personal stories, and these are stories from the users of Reddit. I would low key cry if my stuff was getting aired on.
Well, they
Now-
shouldn't have put it on Reddit.
That's so true. That is so true. But these are not ours, so keep that in mind.
Although my personal life is basically on air all the time. I air it out on air.
Air it out.
So I mean, what's the difference?
You're air drying it.
Maybe
Air
next
drying
time
it.
I'm gonna
All for
do.
dirty
Maybe next
laundry.
time it will do my own. Am I in the wrong?
Yikes. We
The
do
amount of
we
those I
have to
could
like
do.
block out 2 hours.
whoa, Terry.
April
Whoa.
Fools. Anyways, you want to take the first story?
Oh yeah, sure. Here we go. Am I in the wrong for getting mad at my artist who hid their initials in my tattoo? Now, mind you, the names are changed for privacy. So when I say a name, it's not going to be the person's actual name because we're good people. I went to okay, so here we go. I went to a tattoo shop in my area with a photo of a tattoo I wanted. It was one my dad had gotten to honor my past grandfather, whose father also had it. But the point is, it was important to me that the tattoo looked exactly like it did in the photo. I get to the shop, I explain everything, I pay, get the tattoo, and we're done. I think it looks awesome. Everything is great. Until a few weeks later, when I show my great grandmother the tattoo, she's static, grabs my arm to look at it and compliment it, then asks, "Who's AJ?" I ask her what she means as she points out that on the tattoo where the initials A and J or maybe T were hidden in the tattoo. I'm instantly angry as my artist's name is Alice Trevor. Reminder, names are changed for privacy. She tries to assure me it's no big deal if I hadn't noticed it till now, but I still reached out to the artist sort of irritated. They told me the style of art I got is called traditional, and it's pretty rad for all artists who do that style to do it. I demanded a partial refund and they refused, so I complained to the owner who made the artist give me a full refund. Now the artist is running a full smear campaign talking about moving shops the whole 9 yards. My sister says I'm a jerk for pushing the issue, but I feel like at the end of the day, I told you exactly what I wanted and you didn't do that. Am I in the wrong? I'd say no, you're not in the wrong.
Yeah, that's something permanent on someone's body. You can't just tag them.
Also, if you want to do that and that's traditional and they do that and that's how people do it and the artist, whatever, ask.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just do it because they didn't ask for that.
Exactly, because like artists tag their stuff, you know,
And that's
You do a
fine.
canvas, you do a drawing. This is somebody's body.
Exactly.
And I think you take away somebody's agency over someone's body when you don't disclose that you're going to be putting something additional that they didn't ask for.
And the art of the tattoo is not the artist's original art.
Yeah.
Like it's a tattoo that her father already has, and she wanted it exactly the same. I'm sorry, if you didn't want to do it without your initials, you shouldn't have done it. You should have just told her no.
And should have disclosed that prior. She's paying for it. She's paying for it. It's sentimental to her. You shouldn't override that and disrespect that by putting your initials in. I just think it's so distasteful to tag somebody on their body.
Yeah, exactly.
For art. And on top of that, it's not even their own original art per se.
Yeah. And the fact that you hid it. Like, I don't like that. Like, you tried to hide it.
That's very sneaky.
I don't like it.
It's giving sneaky. I don't like that.
I don't like it.
She's definitely not in the wrong. I don't appreciate how, who was it? Her sister
was like, you're being a jerk. I'm sorry, what?
No,
the artist was a jerk.
Tattoos are expensive.
They're very expensive.
If I got a tattoo and I saw that there was something on there that I didn't ask for and we never discussed it, let alone initials.
Exactly.
It's already bad enough to tattoo a significant other's name on you.
Yes, and not to mention, like, it's not just like that, but tattoo is expensive, and so is tattoo removal. So if that, like, I would make the artist go and
pay for that,
and if I get it removed.
Absolutely, because that's not fair.
Not fair at all. Not happy about it. Not happy, Bob. Not happy.
Not happy.
Isn't that from Incredibles? Not happy, Bob. Not happy. Right?
Yeah.
I love that scene. And then he like throws him through the wall. Fun scene. Fun scene.
But Reddit also agrees with us that this poster is not in the wrong because she's not.
So we all agreed, right, that the poster is not in the wrong?
Everyone agrees?
Unless one of you wants to come out of the woodwork and say that they are in the wrong.
That would be kind of honestly crazy.
No.
April Fools.
Want to stir the pot, but no. They're fine. They are not.
I mean, it's like they get to live. They're cool.
They get to live today. All right.
But
what's the next
on to the next story. So am I in the wrong for leaving my graduation dinner and telling my mom she only cares about my half sister? Oh, this sounds like it's gonna be upsetting.
Tearjerker.
So I, 18 female, recently graduated high school. For context, I dropped out of school for a year due to personal reasons and was waiting on a waiting list for a local program that allows me to earn my actual diploma on time, and I could welcome my class this year. I worked so hard that I can finish and still welcome my class and finish up my program last week. My mom knew I was going to be done Friday, so she said we would go out to eat as a family to celebrate. We are very low income, so going out to eat is a big deal. Saturday, we went out to, quote, celebrate my graduation, except apparently we had something else to celebrate. Shortly after we got seated, my half-sister, 17 female, tells everyone she's pregnant. I looked at her in shock and disbelief. I look at my mom to see if she's going to say anything. My sister looks at me and says that mom made her tell everyone then. Apparently, my mom knew all week. I told my mom she only ever cares about my sister and made the whole evening about her. I left in tears and went to a friend's house. My mom says it made sense to have my sister announce it since everyone was together, but I feel like it made my graduation insignificant and made the dinner about my sister's pregnancy. My mom is mad at me for, quote, ruining the evening and demanding I apologize to her and my sister. So am I in the wrong for telling my mom she only cares about my sister and leaving the dinner?
This has the same energy as people proposing at a wedding and not asking the bride. And not asking the bride. If you do it and the bride's okay with it, that's fine. But if you don't ask at their event, like that's for them.
So disrespectful.
I've never understood that. Also, being the one getting proposed to at someone else's wedding, I feel so uncomfortable if someone proposed to me at someone else's wedding.
How is that significant to your relationship? It's not.
Exactly.
Be creative, please.
But if someone proposed to me at someone else's wedding, I honestly would be like, get up, get up.
I would say no. I'd be like, no, we're not doing this today.
Yikes. I feel bad for this poster. Seriously, that's so unfair, especially since her mom literally plotted against her in a sense and like was like, yeah, just announce it at her dinner.
Yeah,
that's
like,
so
how
rude.
How rude.
And this is such a big achievement for her, being that she had to drop out of high school. She caught up. That's huge. And okay, great, your sister is pregnant, but
Boo-hoo.
we need to do this another time. You know what I mean?
There's another time and another place to do it.
Exactly. We didn't need to do this, like, I don't know where they went to eat, but in the middle of an Olive Garden. And
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
you know, and she's 17. Like, I don't know.
I don't know if that's
think
even like, okay, this is gonna sound bad because like if you choose to get pregnant at 17, that's for you to decide. I'm not the one to tell you. But I mean, 17, that's not something that most people celebrate. If you know
not
what I'm
typically,
saying.
no.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because you're young, you're still a minor.
Yeah, so most people do not celebrate that.
Yeah.
They're like freaking out about it, you know? So I don't
Maybe
understand
the
why you
mom
wanna...
was just trying to brush it under the rug. You know, like
It seems like she
my
was really
one
bad job at
like,
it.
my one kid just graduated high school, and my other one kind of is pregnant, but like this one graduated high school.
Yeah, I don't think the mom did that well.
I don't know. Maybe
I would have did it before the graduation and then been like, but my kid graduated. That would have been the way I would have done it.
And if
I've never heard that one before.
that
Oh,
scared
no,
me.
that one was like,
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
I didn't like that one.
That one was a little scary.
I didn't like that one.
But I even feel
don't
like
don't hit it again.
I feel like
No,
that-
Lara,
please, don't.
Lara, please no,
Don't
Lara,
put
please.
it
I'm gonna take
down.
my headphones off. I'm taking my headphones off.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I don't like that one.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I like that one. Little John.
We did
Okay.
say don't hit the other one.
We
so
did,
that's
so that
fair.
one was okay.
I feel like if the mom like wanted to put the pregnancy under the rug, it definitely didn't work if those were
Yeah,
her
true.
intentions. I don't know. It seems like she didn't care about her daughter graduating. But like I feel like
Yeah.
those views are a little skewed. It should be the
Yeah,
other way
I mean-
around. I'm not saying she should be mad at her daughter for getting pregnant.
if you're okay with your daughter getting pregnant at 17 and you're like happy about that, that's
off.
fine. Just like also, but it's still not the place to tell everybody.
Exactly.
Make a Facebook post like everybody else. Come on.
Make a Facebook post.
No, but that's
What people
definitely
do.
like top 10 worst feelings ever when something good happens for you and
Mhm.
no one appreciates it and focuses on someone
Exactly.
else.
Especially if you love attention.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Oh,
attention.
me.
If somebody did that, me too. I love attention. So if somebody did that to me, I would probably have a similar reaction.
Absolutely, it's hurtful. It's so hurtful.
is
And,
And
like,
even if she didn't appreciate the attention, I bet she would have appreciated the one moment for them to
To celebrate
that.
them
exactly
rather than Nope. Sorry, not too happy.
yeah, neither is
Not happy, Bob. Not happy.
not happy, Bob. Neither is Reddit. Reddit believes that it is her graduation dinner, therefore she is not in the wrong. And pregnant at 17 is not something to really celebrate or be proud about in Reddit's opinion. So the poster is not in the wrong. And I think we all agree on that.
Listen,
Wowzers.
But on that note, we're gonna go on a quick break and bear with me. Everybody, it's my first time on the board.
Oh my god, I need to help you.
Gabby just dropped everything. So I'm gonna narrate what I'm doing. We're gonna do we're gonna do
Ready?
this
Ready?
and we go. See you later. And we are back here on 90.3 WMSC, and you're listening to The Morning Buzz. And I'm still on the board, everybody, just for a little bit. Yay! But recording in progress. But we have an interesting story. We're going to give Gina another one because we love her so much. And Gina, what's going on with Netflix right now?
So I'm gonna say what's coming to Netflix in April of 2022. So I'll give you guys the full list. So the new releases. First we have Trivia Quest Season 1. New episodes will be starting from April 1st through April 30th with daily quizzes of 24 questions each. Trivia Quest is a spin-off of a very popular mobile game in the mid-2010s, Trivia Crack. And then we have Tomorrow Season 1. New episodes weekly starting on April 1st, and it's a young man who is half human and half spirit is tasked with carrying out special missions. Then we have Relic Hunters Rebels, shooter looter RPG game. The release date is to be determined. We have Russian Doll Season 2. It releases on April 19th. We have Grace and Frankie Season 7. It releases April 29th. The final batch of episodes that'll make the comedy series Netflix's longest running series of all time, which I didn't know that. So Grace and Frankie, longest running season of all time. And the final half of the final season of Ozark, yes. Season 4, part 2, release on the 29th as well. And then we have some familiar favorites coming April 1st. A Cinderella Story, which I love that movie. Grown Ups, which I also love. How to Train Your Dragon, and then Love Actually.
Sounds like some good stuff, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I'm back in my chair, everybody.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I left my sunglasses over there, so Terry is now wearing my
They're
sunglasses.
mine now.
She looks really awesome with them on.
She looks
Thank
fantastic.
you.
You look better than me.
I don't think that's possible, Gabi.
I think it is, and I think you've achieved it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so honored.
Yes,
Wow.
as everybody knows, I wear
think I'm gonna
sunglasses like
cry.
every week now. Also, by the way, I'm back at the board. So, sup?
We switched.
We did switch back. Gina, thank you for reading that. It was fantastic. I know we threw you for a loop right there.
That's so true.
We got What's Poppin' with Gina, part 2. That was
Part
two. I have not watched any of these except for the familiar favorites. So yeah, I really have not watched any of these.
I've not watched any of the series.
Trivia Quest.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh,
Like,
and it's about the game Trivia Crack. Oh, I might have
Trivia
to watch
Crack?
It. That's
what
great
that is?
game. I love Trivia Crack.
She just said Trivia Crack.
That's such a fun game. I used
Wild.
to love it.
I downloaded it back on my phone.
Did you really? I might have to watch this show.
I think we should play Trivia Crack.
Joe has been playing it
think
in
we
the
should.
office.
We can watch it tonight because it's April 1st.
Oh my God,
I'm going to be and Lara gonna watch it tonight.
Wow.
And that is what we've decided. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
That's it.
That's it. That's all we've got. Well, that's all I really have to say about the Netflix. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah.
but that's all I got.
I agree. Bada bing, bada boom.
We got quirky, not like the other girls' stories, guys.
Yay.
Are you excited? Did we do this one last time? No. We didn't. This one is in honor of Amanda.
I'm sorry, Amanda.
More birds.
More birds.
More burbs.
Oh.
So this story is in honor of Amanda. Venice hotels give tourists water pistols for seagulls. So these
What?
Venice hotels have started giving tourists these water pistols to ward off the marauding, yep, that's the word, gulls swooping down from their sandwiches and take away pizza bites. Attacks by the birds called mago. No, it's mago. I don't know. I've never heard that word in my entire life. Margot. We're not doing that. And the Venetian dialect have become endemic in recent years. Paolo Lorenzoni, director of the he's Italian, director of the historic Gritty Hotel near Grand Canal, said they really work. They're also colored orange, which those birds don't like.
They don't like
The birds are just gonna poop on their heads. What are they doing with water pistols?
Seagulls have vengeance.
Seagulls? Wait, pause.
They'll
I
attack
didn't know
too.
seagulls didn't like the color orange.
They don't?
Aren't their beaks orange?
Catch Gabi going to the beach with
A
orange on.
bright orange bathing suit
Oh my
with cheese puffs. No, because they like cheese puffs. Cheese puffs are orange. I only know that because they've stolen my cheese puffs before.
They like food.
They just love food, and those are orange foods. So
Remember when
seagulls are attracted to green? Okay, so piece of advice to those who don't like seagulls. Amanda, this does not apply to you. Don't wear green to the beach if you don't want seagulls to come near you.
or maybe do if you're like
If you
Amanda
like
and
them.
like the
That's what I'm
birds.
saying. It doesn't apply to
You
Amanda.
can have more flock. to
Amanda, you should wear bright green.
I think that's hilarious because when you first read the story, I thought you said that the seagulls had access to the water pistols.
No, but that
And I was thrown for a loop.
Birds work for the
Jazzy, we told y'all.
I was so confused at first. I said, how is this
so funny.
possible? How are they handling these with their little feet?
The little
That's so with the
feetsies.
little feet.
All the seagulls are strapped
Imagine-
and ready.
Imagine you're at the beach and a seagull comes up to you, wings out, holding this water pistol, and they're like,
Give me the sandwich.
"Give me the sandwich right now, or your family will
Mine,
not
mine,
live."
mine, mine.
It's giving the Duolingo bird on steroids.
I'm just saying, I want to see what these birds do next because first you're acting, they're stealing food. So for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the birds are gonna act.
With every action, there's a consequence,
the
and these
physics.
birds
Not the
are going to
physics.
give us our consequence.
They have to do something else. Can we please check in on this before the semester
There will
ends?
be an
Emily pulled
uprising
in
of the
science.
seagulls.
And that's
so funny.
bad because I'm a TV major. I don't science or math.
I don't either, but that's so funny. No science
No
or
No
math.
science or
Nope, nope,
math.
nope.
The seagulls are revolting because they are upset with the way they have been treated for years.
I'm
years now.
You're the ringleader.
Amanda literally is. She is the leader of the seagulls.
I might secretly
Is your
be a
last
seagull.
name actually Seagull? Are we missing something?
As
You,
you're handing out
you
water
and
pistols
Jason
to the
Seagull are
seagulls.
Seagull leaders.
Fly, brothers, fly.
Oh my god, I just got like a Wizard of Oz flashback. When she's like channeling the monkeys.
Amanda is officially the Wicked Witch of the Sea.
Oh the Wicked Witch of the what? The seagulls?
Yeah. The Wicked Witch of the Beach.
I just feel like these birds get unnecessary hate. I know they are annoying.
They're so annoying. I
They're
have to eat my
annoying.
sandwich under a towel. And you don't see a problem with that?
That's
That's
oppression.
good. It gives your skin a break from the UV rays.
They stole my French fries.
I
That's
just think
And you
Yeah.
think that's
Cute.
okay? You think theft is not a joke, Amanda?
We're about to have a fight. Gabby
Family
almost
is a
said
family
that.
suffer
I'm
every year.
slightly afraid.
Don't be afraid. Don't fear me. Fear me. You
Ugh.
should fear me. I am scary. I'm kidding. I'm
All
joking.
right, moving on.
Anyway,
I'm not kidding. But am I? Lara's scared of me.
is
even though I
Gabby
haven't
in
been
the wrong?
Is am I okay? Am I in the wrong for being a little bit scary?
20 female.
20 female, almost 21.
Almost jumped over a desk in the office because someone said seagulls are cool. Am I in the wrong?
Am I in the wrong? After seagulls have stolen my French fries and my sandwiches, am I in the wrong?
Reddit respond.
Reddit votes not in the wrong.
Reddit, that's wrong.
1% of Reddit users say you're in the wrong. The 1% is Amanda.
That's like 0.1%.
there has to be more seagull lovers out there.
Rights
am
for
Connor,
seagulls.
genuinely
Someone
the only seagull lover I've ever met.
That's
and I've met a lot of
hilarious.
people in my life.
I'm about to do a poll of the SEM. Literally about to make a video.
Pause. Pause.
Yeah, can we do an
Pause.
Instagram?
I
poll?
do in fact have the login for the Instagram.
No.
I
Like, I
will.
mean, like full run up to people like Rocky on the street.
Oh,
What
we'll
is
make
your
a
opinion
TikTok
on
about it too.
seagulls?
It's
On
gonna
the
be
fly?
a full on the fly. We're doing on the fly today. Maybe that should be like our singular question at the end. What's your opinion on seagulls?
We
Come
need
find me.
more
No.
backing for this.
That's true.
We're gonna make sure we
You
don't
know,
go to Amanda
Science,
for it.
as we know so much
For
of.
science.
Equal opposite reaction.
For science, what is your opinion on seagulls?
SEM
We're talking about like
Wait,
registration
can I run
as
around
well.
the lab jacket with like
Yes.
a white coat?
Please, like a doctor outfit.
funny.
Oh, that'd be so a stethoscope and everything. Let me listen to your heart. I can tell if you're
Oh
lying.
my god, the goggles. Yes.
Stop. That's so good.
Oh god.
You know what else people don't like or like? Gordon Ramsay.
Really?
Yeah, some people don't like
Interesting.
Gordon Ramsay, but some
I
people
kinda
love
like
Gordon
him.
Ramsay.
I kind of like him.
I think he's funny.
I think he's funny, and I think he's actually nice.
His
off there.
chefs don't like him.
That's so true, and I don't blame them. But
An
and-
idiot sandwich.
But it's really funny that you say that because a middle school called on Gordon Ramsay for help after being short on cooks. Honestly, I think that's pretty genius because school lunches
Wow.
are not great.
That's
Anyways,
true.
the Edward Peak Middle School kitchen manager, Tina Clark, was left to feed hundreds of students alone with two of her employees out sick. So she called on celebrity chef, and some may argue superhero, Gordon Ramsay, and he came to her rescue. We all know the infamous Gordon Ramsay, who's generally known for being less than polite on his hit television shows. But he was interviewed on the BBC Radio 2 breakfast show last week when Clark called in and asked for help. Clark half-jokingly asked, quote, "I'm here cooking on my own. I'm working here in a school kitchen, and my chef has gone off sick. I've got another one off with COVID and just wondered if Gordon would help me today. Give me a hand after his interview." End quote. Although Ramsay said himself he wasn't available, he offered to dispatch one, and the story has kaput. Sorry.
Were you reading off of my names?
Yeah, because the other
Oh,
one
the one's
switched.
right above it. It's okay. It's right above it.
No, it's not the same.
Oh
Wait,
no.
I'm gonna start again. Although Ramsay said himself he wasn't available, he offered dispatch one of his chefs to the school. Clark told the BBC, quote, "When I phoned in, I really didn't expect for him to send a chef. When I finally got a message saying, quote, 'Your chef will be with you in an hour,' I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have to fess up to the head teacher and hope she doesn't give me detention," end quote. Honestly, I think that's incredible and very helpful of Gordon Ramsay to
I
do
think it's
that.
okay. I love Gordon Ramsay. I said I want Gordon Ramsay to cook me my school lunches.
I love how these kids
Can we
went
get him
from,
in Sam's
like,
place?
I would love that.
I would go to Sam's every day,
Yeah, absolutely.
all day, every day.
I love how these kids went from like half the frosted chicken nuggets to like Gordon Ramsay.
Right.
To gourmet
best chef.
meals.
Chicken nuggets, smiley fries to gourmet meals.
Although
like,
smiley
lamb
fries
chops
are
and-
bussin'. Let's not act like smiley
Stop,
fries
they are
aren't.
delicious.
Hey Lara, can we get smiley fries? She gasped and said smiley fries. That means I'm getting
Can
smiley
I
fries.
make a confession? I've never had a smiley
What?
We're gonna
fry.
fix that. We should
Because
make
my
them.
school, like, I went
Pause.
to PVI.
No, it doesn't matter. Pause.
You didn't
You've
have a
never had
childhood,
smiley
like,
fries?
what?
Mm,
Your parents never got them?
Like hot dogs and smiley fries, chicken nuggets.
for me,
smiley
it was
fries.
hot dogs and like oodles and noodles, like ramen.
Oh, mine
Oh,
was
no.
hot dogs and
Yeah.
baked beans, but
Ooh.
also smiley fries were delicious with
No,
chicken nuggets.
My parents never got me smiley
Dino
fries.
nuggies
Dino nuggies
and smiley fries. The
Uh,
vibe.
Mom, why wouldn't you
The
buy me
vibe.
smiley fries?
Smiley fries taste
Hold
better
up,
than
I'm
regular
about to, like,
fries.
make smiley fries next Friday. Literally wake up at 5 a.m. Make them so I can give them to you when you pick me up.
Please do.
Wait, that would be so cute of you.
Yay, breakfast.
Breakfast is
Breakfast
just potatoes.
I'm about to make a whole bag of them.
Stop. I
Yes.
love smiley fries. I'll eat the whole bag by myself.
Oh, that-
Lara, we really have to get smiley fries tonight because now I'm in the mood. We're in the mood.
That
We
sounds-
gotta do it. Maybe we'll deliver some.
Oh my gosh, you do live down the street.
Not
or
even down the street.
down
I
the
live the
street,
next building over.
down the sidewalk.
Down the sidewalk. I live down the sidewalk.
Down the
I
sidewalk.
think I'm so upset.
Why?
How have you been deprived from them your whole life?
I don't know, honestly. I
They're
feel like this was
delicious.
something I probably would have eaten in my life, but I just haven't.
They're the best fries you could ever buy.
They seem so nice.
I
And
don't
they're
even
so
know where you buy them
happy.
anymore.
They're very
And then you
inviting.
put the ketchup through them, and then they like
Oh,
the
the
eyes.
ketchup
and-
through them, yeah.
and they're mad.
Put it like
eyes.
the ketchup just everywhere. It's so fun.
great.
It sounds really nice.
Uh,
Maybe I'm going
and
to the
the-
grocery store.
Did
Maybe
you
I'll
ever
get some.
have? Did you ever have? Did you ever use the Zoopal plates?
Oh my god! If you say you didn't use those either, I'm confirmed.
Here's the thing.
No.
I wanted them so desperately, and my
no.
mother said no.
They were so fun.
so
Because the smiley fries, Dino Nuggies, and a Zoopal.
And I will take full responsibility for smiley fries, but Zoo
then
Pals
you
were
put-
fully my mother.
Buzz,
That-
buzz, Zoopals. Quack, quack, Zoopals.
Hey.
Because Zoopals make things fun.
No, because
Yeah.
I fully remember every single time it would come up on the TV, I'd be like, Mom, that one, I want it. And she'd be like, okay.
My mom didn't always say yes, but sometimes she did.
I liked the
And
frog.
those were the best.
Yes, they were my
The frog was my
Aw.
favorite.
I
And
wanted-
the panda.
I wanted the panda so bad, bro. Like, seriously.
Oh, we have to. You know what?
You can't even buy them anymore. I don't
Terry-
even know where you could buy
Terry,
them.
when's your birthday?
Halloween.
That's right.
Ooh.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm a little
You know what? That's a
Scorpy.
little bit too long from now.
That's true.
I think I'm gonna have to like make you a whole quality kids meal.
Wait, hold on.
Wow.
We should do that for like our last show.
Are we healing my inner child?
We are healing
on
your inner
air?
child on
No,
air.
no. The only thing they have on Amazon are knockoff Zoopal plates.
That's
You're
weird.
kidding.
You know, I've seen
You're
some people
lying
on
to
like
me. I will
no,
find
they
them.
stopped production. They don't make
Nope,
them
I will
anymore.
find them. I will find them.
I
I
saw
will-
someone
Unacceptable!
And I will buy them.
No way.
I will find them and I will buy them.
We're in the middle of a radio show. Hold on, guys. We
I
gotta-
will find them and I will buy them. Look, wait, there's some that are okay. They're basically the same though.
Did you
But they're
just
not the
tell me that
OG
this?
Zoopals.
They're not
This
the
one looks
same.
like the dinosaurs on eBay.
You see the alligator one?
No, I didn't.
No way.
Wait, but we'll find them. I'll make them if I have to.
One time, someone on TikTok made like a ceramic one. It looked really cool. I
Very
don't
cool.
have the ability to do that, but I
No,
thought
but
that
we
was
will.
also
We will.
cool.
Even if it's a knockoff, we'll get you them. I
Oh,
promise.
you're so sweet to me.
Oh, I promise.
Wow. Never mind. Is that boo for
There's
me?
stickers.
I love how I had to Google unused.
I love that we're
Zoopal
doing this.
plates.
Wait,
That's
there's
disgusting.
there's a Redbubble page that makes these stickers. That's exciting. Okay, we have to move
Stop
on.
it.
Yeah.
We
Get
have
some
to
help.
move on because we've gotten sidetracked. But that will be happening.
Retail
Tari,
therapy
I will
on
make
the
you
Morning Buzz, our new segment.
stop.
Oh,
Can we
boy.
do that?
No, wait. Can we make a new segment?
Retail
Childhood
therapy.
memories that are not depressing,
That are not traumatic.
traumatic, just like Zoopal plates.
I love Zoopal plates. That made me so sad for you. No, seriously,
Oh?
Tari, I'm gonna make you a whole meal.
No,
It's
no
like
way.
a childhood meal.
Oh,
Yay!
wait. I
Dino
think I found
nuggets.
them.
You found them? On what?
I think Walmart.com. No, wait.
Walmart.
No, no.
Bork.
I know.
okay.
Okay, we'll do this later. We'll do this later. We'll
Yeah,
do this
we'll do
later.
this
I'm
later.
sorry. I'm sorry,
So
listeners.
sorry-
We
start
got
on the story.
sidetracked.
Buzz.
Zoo pals. Zoo pals. Because zoo pals make things fun. Boop. Next on to the stories. Do we want to do this one? Okay.
You can check. I don't really care.
Okay. We're gonna do.
We have time for 3 more.
Okay. Okay. Pick number 1 through 3.
We have to say the one for last.
Okay. Pick 1 through 3. Wait, which one am I not saving? for?
Jesus.
Well, you know the one we're saving for
This
last.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
That has to be right.
Okay. So then pick 1 or 2.
2.
2. Okay, we're doing bizarre diet cult that lives without food and water. Caught its leader eating McDonald's. Whoa.
Controversy.
How
That's
dare
suspicious.
they.
That's
Yes.
weird. In 2013, Michelle Pfeiffer admitted to being part of a movement that believed humans can exist without food or water. If that's not the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Brooks, the leader, believed that humans aren't supposed to live in a third dimensional reality. Instead, we're all fifth dimensional beings who are trapped on Earth, currently being sucked into this 3D world, which is why we feel the urge to eat 3D food.
What does that
So
even
when the
mean?
leader was caught eating, easting, that's what they call it, easting. So weird. McDonald's, he incorporated the American fast food giant into his philosophy. Note that this was not the first time Brooks was getting caught eating food. There were times he got caught enjoying a meal of 7-Eleven Slurpee, hot dog, and Twinkie. Another time an omelet. And the best part, trays of room service food, including chicken pot pie and biscuits that were found outside his hotel room. So basically, this guy can't even believe his own lies.
Interesting.
Because obviously you're eating the food, which is just completely straying away from your whole point of your cult.
Exactly.
This makes no food.
What's the
no
point?
sense.
The math is math.
The math doesn't math.
Easting is funny to me.
That is funny. What is the point of why
It's
is
like
it easting?
eating and fasting.
Oh,
When I was making this
Light
script
bulb.
When I was making the script yesterday, I'm like, what does that mean?
eating and fasting.
Do you guys remember the holographic meatloaf from SpongeBob?
Oh my!
Yes,
That's literally
that's
what
probably
this is.
what they eat.
That's what I thought.
Wait, but that holographic meatloaf kind of looked good,
Is it
Right?
4D?
it kind of looked bussin'.
Is it 5D? Just like
It's
we are?
holographic. Yes, it's
Oh
gotta
my
be.
God.
Put some
Crazy.
salt and pepper on my freaking pixels. I'm done.
But but on the note of that SpongeBob meatloaf, please tell me I'm not the only one who thought it looked bussin'.
I low-key did too.
a
looked
lot
so
of
good.
like animated food, cartoon food
Looks so
always
good.
looks so good.
There's a
good.
TikTok account. Pause. There's a TikTok account, and I can't remember what it's called,
They recreated.
but they recreate cartoon foods. and they look so good. And I just want to eat them.
I want,
but I don't know this person because they're like, kind of famous or whatever. And it makes me sad because I really, really, really want to try.
I've always wanted to try a Krabby Patty.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
they did make a Krabby Patty.
They definitely did.
They
'cause
made
patties.
apparently
made
the
the-
secret formula is crab meat.
They made the pizza from the Goofy movie.
Really? I love the cheese pull on that.
Yes, and they
Ooh.
recreated the cheese pull. It was beautiful.
I'm getting so hungry right now.
So
I'm
am
eating
I.
breakfast.
I think I need to go get food after this because I have not eaten yet. And
Yeah.
I'm so hungry. I've only had a Red Bull today. Can you tell?
She has wings.
I have wings. Because
Free shavakadu.
I have not had a
Please.
free shavakadu today.
Free shavakadu.
You know what I don't understand about
What?
this? I don't get the mentality of living in a 3D, 5D. I don't. Maybe I'm not.
Well, this
educated.
is 3D. We are living in a simulation. Once again, today's theme, simulation.
Simulation.
Shout out to Sebastian Aho for scoring.
And both Sebastian
Both
Aho.
Sebastian Aho squared for scoring.
for
Only
scoring.
38 seconds apart.
Shout out
and
to the birds.
completely different.
Shout out
to
to
the
the
birds of the
seagulls.
bourgeoisie.
And their water guns. And
water
shout out
guns.
to and shout out to my life being a simulation. And shout out to everything,
Shout out to Zoo
Yeah.
Palace for being discontinued in 2006
That's
due to
also
lack
what-
of demand.
That's I'm so upset. Why is there a lack of demand? I feel like children would still love them.
Dude,
I'm so
I'm
upset. I'm
gonna
sorry.
blame my parents.
I'm in distress right
I'm
now.
also gonna blame my parents.
So the lack of demand is on the parents because they didn't want to buy them,
That's
but
so
the
true.
kids wanted them.
Every
That's-
kid wanted them.
that
I
is
would
my
want every
theory.
meal on it.
Mom, look what you did.
I'm in so much distress right now. Like I'm actually might start crying at the lack of Zoo
I'll
Pals.
talk about my extensive research in Zoo Pals after the show. However,
However,
I feel like they would make a huge profit though if they brought them
Yes or
back.
no?
I agree. I
For all the
wholeheartedly agree.
adults like us who had them when we were children.
We
they
have
would make
big boy
huge
money now.
profits.
No,
we
I have
do have big boy
I will
money
buy
now.
them.
And I
Yeah.
really want to use my big boy money to get Zoo Pals for my apartment.
Can we like?
I might buy the knockoffs. I might have to.
That'd be really funny.
Imagine
I
someone
might.
comes over for dinner and you put out the Zoo Pals
A
plates.
gourmet meal.
Yes.
Have the best idea. What if we make them out of
I
clay?
already said I'd make one.
She
but
did
I
say
didn't want to
that.
make it.
Oh,
But I don't want to
boy.
make it. I just want to
Lara
buy
Lara
it.
disappointingly
But I
puts
wasn't-
Lara,
money
you
down.
It's the
disappointment.
lack of
I'm
coffee.
kidding.
But I wasn't paying attention as usual.
And that is why you were the little gremlin in the corner.
Got him.
But okay, this show has been going
Yeah, we went off the rails a while ago.
We
It's fine.
really
Off the
did.
rails?
Off the rails.
Let's-
Tuesdays from 3 to 4 on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair with the
Hey.
host Gabi Lutz, who is also me. Yes,
I think I know her.
I think I know her too. I don't know, she's kind of annoying.
Anyways,
Anywho,
for the next story, step aside, Florida men. We have Massachusetts men on the radar. Massachusetts.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you
All right,
delusion,
we're done
everybody.
today.
I'm going through it.
Anyways, a Massachusetts man touts electric unicycle as an answer to the high gas prices. Oh goodness, maybe I wanted a Florida man story. A Massachusetts man has been riding his electric unicycle to work, saving on gas and cutting his commute time in the process. He told the Herald News, quote, "It's just more convenient. It's obviously more fun. It literally takes me 4 minutes to get to work versus about 8 minutes in a vehicle. He's allowed to ride on the sidewalk, but usually sticks to the road, keeping the shoulder when possible. He can also move to the front of the line at red lights, like cyclists. His advice to those interested in buying an electric unicycle, which sell for more than $2,000, is wear protective and reflective gear and be respectful of pedestrians." Ending his advice, he said, quote, "It's..." Sorry, this is so funny. He said, quote, "It's the future. In 10 or 20 years, I'm sure I won't even have to bring it up," end quote.
It took me about halfway through that story to realize that it was a unicycle and not a bike. Number one. Number two,
Stop.
how does an electric unicycle even work? How does he balance? I need
I don't
video.
know. Pause. I have family from Massachusetts, and if
Did
they're
they see them?
listening, I don't know if they're listening. Have you seen this man? We need to know the
Have you
answers.
seen this man?
Have you seen this?
Honestly, I will give it to the Massachusetts man. I think he no.
It's the picture. So
What?
for those who cannot see, it's a very small unicycle. It's like literally like so tiny, and it's like black and he wears like a helmet and a jacket and all, like he's riding like a motorcycle or something.
It does look
And
very
he's wearing knee pads
futuristic.
as well. And he's just kind of zooming. He's
Can I
zooming
just
pretty
say,
fast
it
too.
looks like it's not even really there. It's just like he has a
It looks like he's
wheel.
standing on like nothing. But like
Facebook,
one
this is
little
what
wheel.
we're looking at right
Facebook,
now.
this is what we see.
I would just like to say I see no downsides to this plan. I can give you 3 reasons why. First of all,
Oh God, the seagull overlord talks.
The seagull leader, the Wicked Witch of the Beach is here.
Before you start, do you know how horrified I would be if I saw Amanda on an electric unicycle leading a flock of seagulls?
Oh my
It would get stuck in the sand. She can't use that.
all right, no downsides.
All right, give us the 3.
First of all, the gas. You don't have to worry about it. The prices are lower. That's my first reason. Second of all, it's cutting the commute time in half. We're getting to work on time. Third of all, it's more fun. How many people do you see on a unicycle?
I would
None.
fall. I'd break my neck.
What if it? Well,
Use your
he'll have
umbrella.
to deal with that. when he gets
large
there.
umbrella that you brought today to take us to the buzz that Emily used. Huge. You know the huge one.
Oh my God! Wait, if he
Huge
holds it the
umbrella.
right way-
Use it.
Wait, will it slow him down though?
No,
'Cause
why
if
would it
he's
slow him
holding an
down?
umbrella and it catches air, he might go flying.
So he can just
backwards.
use it as a wind deflector like we were doing.
Bro, I'm just trying to. He's like fully like Michael Jackson tilted right now.
He
like
is.
one wrong move and his face is in the pavement.
planting.
He doesn't even
like
have the visor
flower.
down. He's just straight.
He's
I know
just
he
straight
is, but-
vibing.
Just planking to get to work, basically.
Oh man!
Wow.
Good
He
for
must have
him.
very good
His
quads.
core strength is probably
His core
insane.
strength.
Holding him up like that, gotta be insane. Good for him. Wow.
Please
Okay,
tell me-
I-
please
okay.
tell me
That's
the
the
Florida
Massachusetts
man
man.
story.
Enough of a Massachusetts. It's Florida time. Okay, sorry. That's how I'm feeling right now. So a Florida restaurant cancels Capitol rioters going to prison party. Goodbye. We're done here. A Florida restaurant has canceled plans to host a party for a parish man who was convicted in connection with the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot. WFLA confirmed that Caddy's Bradenton Island, wow, that's a long name, a waterfront restaurant located in Bradenton, Florida, canceled a going to prison party hosted by rioter Adam Johnson after a Facebook post for the event gained attention on social media. The page reads, quote, "Come help me celebrate my last Friday of freedom before I go to prison for the lamest charge in history," end quote. For those who forgot, Johnson was photographed carrying House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's lectern. Stop. This is crazy. He pleaded guilty to entering and remaining in a restricted building in November and was sentenced in February to 75 days in prison. The restaurant's manager told WFLA that Johnson had indeed scheduled the event, but they decided to cancel the party due to the attention it's drawing. The event, called Adam's Going to Prison, was still live on Facebook as of Friday, with 41 people saying they planned to go. I have a question.
What?
Did they know that it was for him going to prison because of this before it gained social media attention?
That's a good question. It doesn't.
Because if they did, then I have no respect for the restaurant because they only canceled it because of the social media attention. If they didn't know, then props to them for canceling.
Maybe it is because of the social media presence. Because 41 people outside of your inner circle that like saying
41 people plan to go.
That's a lot.
I love that the event was called Adam's Going to Prison! Exclamation point.
Yay, bro.
Even if you think the reason was lame, you're going to prison.
No,
Why are
seriously.
you celebrating?
Stop it.
Get some help.
Get some help.
Yeah.
Fully, because I think they just don't take it seriously and are thinking that it's like not a big of a deal as it is because they're so firm in their beliefs. So they're just like, yay,
Yay,
when it's just like,
prison. Woo woo. Yay,
yay,
federal crimes.
yay,
Woo woo.
criminal record.
Yay, never getting hired for another job again. Woo.
Literally.
Wait, so what about the 41 people that were going? Did they just move the party elsewhere?
Probably. They probably moved to like one of their houses or something.
Party at my place.
Party at my
I'm going to
place.
jail.
I'm going to prison. Whoop whoop.
I'm going to Disney World October 3rd. So that one got Gabi.
Wow, that was good.
Man.
I'm just
It's the
I'm
April Fool's
speechless.
energy, honestly. It got us all in a silly, goofy
Speechless
mood.
by this one. Please tell me one of these stories was a prank.
No.
Were any of these stories a prank, Lara?
No.
So
No.
you didn't even prank us on April Fool's Day?
Lame.
We pranked the audience.
We
We
did.
did prank the audience.
I said I wanted to prank Lara, and they were really not good ideas.
We have 3 minutes.
I wanna prank you.
We wanted to prank
What are we
you.
gonna prank me?
I don't know, but they were
Well-
not good ideas that I can't even say on air.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Unacceptable!
I know.
I mean, I
So
could
sad.
do it, but you might get mad at me.
Don't do it.
Yeah, CMC might get mad too.
I'm,
But it would make
I'm
her
ready.
short.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
You're literally hovering over the button.
I know. I'm ready.
Should I do it?
Don't.
Please
No,
don't,
wait,
no.
because then Facebook will hear. So don't do it.
Oh.
Don't mute Facebook. Facebook, you're getting muted. Do it. Sorry, Facebook, we had to mute you.
Wait.
Apology video right now to end the show. To end the show, you have to do an apology video for what you just did.
All right, guys. I'm really sorry for everything I've done today. April Fool's just has me in this silly, goofy mood, and I really hope you enjoyed the show. Maybe next week they'll let me talk more about Zoo Pals. I have extensive research in the past 5 minutes. I have no idea what we've talked about since Zoo Pals was brought up. I'm literally staring at a bunch of Zoo Pals plates. If anybody likes Zoo Pals like me, let me know. Happy April Fool's
Are
Day.
you selling merch for Zoo Pals?
I mean, link in bio. No, I'm kidding.
Link in
I'm
bio.
kidding.
I'm done. You know what? I salute you, Emily.
Emily,
You can't see.
you disappoint me.
Emily's crying in the studio because she
Sobbing.
feels so
Tears
passionately
are
about
just
this
leaving
apology.
her eyes as we speak.
Ugh.
That was wild.
Riveting.
because- yes, riveting. A riveting experience. What a
Oh,
time
man,
to be
what a
alive.
day.
April Fools. That wasn't even a good April Fool's prank. That's the worst part of
I
it.
knew it was gonna happen.
I know.
Yeah.
Why did we do that?
Because we're. in
Did
a
I
silly-
hit it too early? No, I didn't
we're in
hit
a
it too
silly,
early.
goofy mood.
I hit it right after she said it right.
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
Stop
just making
overthinking.
sure.
What was I gonna do?
I overthink everything. Come on, Lara. Stay tuned for me overthinking everything.
We don't have any Doja Cat.
We don't have Doja Cat.
We should play.
Doja Cat.
Can we play something funny and silly goofy?
Can we play give me a funny song?
Oh, I can't say
None
that
of
on
you have
air.
funny songs.
Do we have
Listeners,
Day, guys.
Happy April Fool.
Happy April Fools. Go prank somebody today.
Better
Don't.
than
Yeah.
us, better than us.
you should do that. But right now, you're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and this has been the Morning Buzz. I'm your host, Gabi, Lutz, and my co-host Harry Dickerson, and our newscaster Amanda Gediosi, and our sportscaster Everly Struble, and then our segment host Gina Morelli. Wow,
Breathe,
that was a lot
Gabi,
of work.
breathe.
Good job.
Breathe.
I can't say my joke. Just
Anyway,
take it away.
here's a Wonder.
Oh, there's a